Hello. After the last video I got some really lovely comments from everybody, so I want to say thank you for that. My mate Tony was like, I love the opening line because Simpsons fans. So those that didn't get it, it's a Troy McClure thing. It's a character in The Simpsons who always comes on and says, you may remember me from such TV shows or movies as white wines. These are the white wines that I am sending back to the UK for month 1, and also the white wine that's going in the mixed case. I'm going to rattle through them, give you a bit of insight on the people that make them, a little bit about the wine, and that's it. So this label you may recognise, Gregorio Il Civitaio. We have his Sangiovese and his Super Tuscan blend on going in. Well, the Super Tuscan blend goes in month 1. His Sangiovese will be in month 2. Yeah, raindrops. I talked about him in the last vlog. He's an absolute ledge. I went out with him the other night actually to a festival here. They do a frog festival in a place just down the road called Baganico, and we ate frog's legs, but it's quite nice. It was a fun evening. It's a big thing. There's like hundreds of people there. You go in, you had an aperitivo, you buy a ticket, you choose what you want to eat, you go and sit down. Well, there you go mate, I'll have that. Bosh, they bring the food over. You take a bottle of wine from a local producer or from this region. Actually 3 of the producers I work with were there, which is great. We sat, we had a drink, frog's legs, wonderful. It's a really funny night, and he says to me, Rob, you need to learn Italian because I am lazy. I don't want to speak English, so it's giving me a kick in the bum. My Italian is coming on leaps and bounds. Even my friends are like, so it's still a bit hokey though. Right, Vermentino, 100% Vermentino. It's a very kind of crisp, clean wine, very refreshing. An aperitivo wine is how Gregorio designed it. So you just get home, you open the fridge, take the bottle out, crack it, drink it, boom, done. A little bit of lemon, a little bit of lime, citrusy is there, minerality, I hate that word, but it's what this wine is. If you think of kind of like a stony sort of smell, as I said that out loud, a stony smell, flinty, yeah, flinty, you with me? No? Okay. I don't know how to explain it. It's a good thing, it's a nice thing, it sounds weird, but it works, it's great. Gregorio's Vermentino. So my plan was to bring a different wine, and it hasn't worked out for one reason or another. It's been a logistical nightmare, and it's been a real steep learning curve for me doing this. Tomorrow the wines will be ready to be shipped. One of the wines that I was going to send is for the White Wine Club, one of the wines I was going to send for the people who order white wine. Basically the wine hasn't arrived, and I don't have time to be chasing around after people. So if I've ordered something and paid for it and the wine hasn't arrived, okay, so I've made an executive decision today, and I'm going with this in the white wine box. And as I've thought about it, it's probably actually a better thing than what I was going to offer, mostly because it gives you an example of Vermentino against Vermentino. So these 2 producers, Poggio Agello and Il Civitaio, are about 15 minutes apart. Really close. Everybody knows each other, they know each other. This, as opposed to that was a little bit citrusy, like I said, the minerality thing. This one, when I first tried this, I was amazed by how much it tastes like biting into a Granny Smith. Now, if you don't like Granny Smith apples, I apologise for sending you this wine. If you do like Granny Smith apples, hey, happy days. This is also going in the mixed case for month 2. It's a really bizarre kind of thing to say. It just, you do get that kind of like white wine, green apples, lime, kiwi, blah, blah. You get that with wines, but this is just, it's really distinct. I loved it. I really enjoyed kind of the odd bottle I've had this summer. Really chilled, like on a hot day, and you're like, a little bit of acid, a little bit of green apple, refreshing, clean. It's wonderful. Great with food. They both are actually good food wines. And lastly, this. Right, this is going to be a little bit longer than those 2 because it's a bit of an interesting kind of story. I'll tell you. No. this is the white wine going in the mixed case in month 1. So what I've always wanted to do is kind of wow everybody with every month with the wines I send, because I've been blown away by some of the wines I found here. This little sucker is made by a guy called Nico. Now Nico has a striking resemblance to Robin Williams. Robin Williams, the actor, no longer with us unfortunately. And Nico really looks like him. When we went to a wine tasting, I was with Carlo, who's a guy who helps me out. He works me over in Marquet sourcing wines. And when we got there, Carlo was like, he's over there. I went, what, the bloke that looks like Robin Williams? He went, yeah, that's Nico. Met him, he's great. He is a bit like a mad scientist. And what he's created here is a Sangiovese Pecorino blend. So Sangiovese is a red grape, Pecorino is a white grape. He's vinified, it's a wine term for you kids, vinified the Sangiovese in as a white wine. So what he's done is when he's crushed the Sangiovese grapes, he's separated the juice from the grapes, from the skins as quickly as possible. So it doesn't pick up the colour, it just gets all the flavour. When you mix it with Pecorino, which is kind of citrusy and a little bit lighter, it gives you a wine that's got body with a bit of clean, crisp finish to it. It's quite a bizarre thing, but quite a wonderful thing at the same time. White wine, it's a white wine with body basically. So it's not your kind of it's not a Pinot Grigio. It's not something you just open and go, oh that's lovely, it doesn't taste of anything, I can quaff it. It's a wine you drink it and go, oh wow, that's a bit okay. It's got the minerality, it's got a little bit of citrus, it's got a little bit of, there's a little bit of kind of like a melon thing going on in there as well. That I love it. It's a great wine. He makes bugs again. There's the bugs back. He makes wines that he wants to push the boundaries on. So he makes wines that he's like, okay, well, if I take this and this and put it together, what's it going to make? We're really excited to be working with him because he's coming up with some great ideas for the wines he's going to make next year. His red wine is also coming to the UK as one of the discovery boxes in month 2 or month 3. I haven't decided yet, but it's definitely one of those because it's on a pallet in the warehouse waiting to be shipped. It's great. Nico's great. His wines are great. I just love it. They're all great. Like that green apples in that for me just blows my mind. That because every time I go to Gregorio's we crack a bottle and drink it and I love it. But they're all brilliant. They're all wonderful wines. This is going to be in month 2's mixed case as well. So if you've got a mixed case in month 2, you're going to get to try that. So that's fantastic. Gregorio's Vermentino. I've sent some back to the UK. I think what I'd like to offer people is if they really like a couple of wines or wine from a certain producer, to be able to offer you their whole range. So with Gregorio, I've sent some of his Rosé back, some of his Vermentino back. We've got Sangiovese in his Super Tuscan. So 4 of his wines. So if you want to make up a box, we can do that for you because there's going to be some of those wines in the UK anyway. Nico, we've got his white and his red. Perfect. And Poggio Jello, I've also got their Sangiovese going back to the UK, which in my opinion is up there with some of the Brunellos you can buy here. And for those who don't know Brunello, it's basically from over there, Montalcino. Brunello di Montalcino is the big thing. Oh, everyone loves Brunello di Montalcino. I'm not a huge fan, just not a huge fan, but then not everybody likes the same things, right? But their Sangiovese is aged oak for 2 years and it's wonderful and it's got a lot of the characteristics of a Brunello di Montalcino, so happy days. But there you go, white wines, chill them, drink them, enjoy them. All right? Ciao.